College Park, a day before a rally is scheduled to held in protest against alleged mistreatment of jailed insurrectionists involved in January 6 Capitol riots. A federal judge sentenced a California architect on Friday to probation for her role in the violence, stressing that the insurrection represented a threat to democracy and continues to resonate in sad and unfortunate ways.
The United States District Judge Paul Friedman noted that security fencing was gone up around the Capitol in preparation for the rally on Saturday by what he called misguided people protesting what they allege is the mistreatment of jailed insurrectionists who tried to stop the certification of former President Donald Trump's loss to Joe Biden. Friedman sentenced Valerie Elaine Earp to 3 years of probation and ordered her to perform 120 hours of community service. Justice Department prosecutors said they recommended a probationary sentence for Earp because she was inside the Capitol for about 1 minute, only stepped about 15 feet into the building and didn't engage in any violence or property destruction. Friedman said Earp's role in the insurrection was about as minimal as it gets. More than 600 people have been charged with federal crimes related to the riot. Earp is one of about 70 defendants who have pleaded guilty to riot-related charges. Friedman noted that some believe the jailed insurrectionists are patriots. And some of them may be on some level. But on another level, the conduct they engaged in order to pursue their beliefs is not First Amendment speech and not First Amendment legitimate protest, Friedman said. What came to be was a riot, was an incitement, was an insurrection. He echoed another judge's position that probation shouldn't be the automatic outcome for misdemeanor convictions like Earp's. Everybody who stormed the Capitol represented a threat to democracy, to our democratic norms, and continue to resonate in sad and unfortunate ways, Friedman said. Earp is the 7th Capitol riot defendant to be sentenced. She pleaded guilty on June 30 to illegally parading, demonstrating or picketing in a Capitol building. Over 40 other Capitol riot defendants have pleaded guilty to the same misdemeanor offense, which carries a maximum sentence of 6 months imprisonment and a $1 fine. Earp told the judge that the January 6 riot was such a unique situation. I did not have the depth of experience to understand that I needed to get out of there or stay away, she said. In a letter submitted to the court before her sentencing, Earp called herself a fine member of society, who often picks up trash in her neighborhood and has worked on architectural projects in her community free of charge. I am a small-town girl who loves my town, my state and my country, she wrote. Prosecutors asked Friedman to sentence Earp to 3 years of probation and 40 hours of community service. Assistant U.S. Attorney Kevin Burney said Earp was among the first Capitol riot defendants to agree to plead guilty. The government places a lot of weight on that, he added. Earp traveled to Washington, D.C. from her home in Arbuckle, California, on January 5 to attend Trump's speech on the following day. After hearing the speech, she initially returned to her hotel room. However, when she saw a news story about how people were going to the U.S. Capitol, she decided she wanted to be part of the crowd, prosecutors wrote in a court filing. Earp recorded and uploaded videos to Facebook as she walked to the Capitol, including one with a caption that said she was heading to the breached building. Earp would have heard an alarm sounding throughout the Capitol when she entered. She was stopped at the back of a crowd of people when police started pushing them back through a hallway and out of the building through a door. We made it inside, right before they shoved us all out. I took off when I felt pepper spray in my throat. Lol, Earp posted on Facebook. The picture for Earp's Facebook profile was a flaming Q, an apparent reference to the Canon conspiracy theory. Many Canon followers believe Trump was fighting a secret campaign against a Satan-worshipping cabal of deep state enemies, prominent Democrats and Hollywood elites operating a child sex trafficking ring. The riot disrupted the certification of the 2020 Electoral College vote count. More than 100 law enforcement officers were injured during the mob's attack, which also caused more than $1 million in property damage. Adblock test why.